Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on my video. If you're a returning subscriber, I genuinely appreciate your loyalty and support. I do not take it for granted. If it's your first time seeing this face or coming across this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I will highly appreciate it, and it's not a waste of your time. I will make it worth your while. Um, Thank you again for just giving me your time. I don't take it for granted. It's not easy. It's not a small thing for someone to just click your video and sit down and listen to you speak and just watch you throughout. It's not easy, so I do not take it for granted. Anyway, today I would like to talk about something that I'm not going to lie. I have been asked by one subscriber, but also in real life, people that I talk to, they tend to ask me this question a lot. So I figured that probably it's something that they would like to listen to, and I just felt compelled to make this video. Let me just say it. I don't need to explain too much. I just felt compelled because I've been asked this question way too many times. Yeah. So I'm going to discuss postpartum depression, my experience, and let's just discuss postpartum in general. Like after you've left the hospital, you're a mother, you have your baby. What next? What happens from there? Because bruh, it can be such a dark cloud. It's a very joyous moment because any mother, any person who is pregnant, the only thing they look forward to is holding their baby in their arms, looking at their eyes, holding them, feeling their warmth against their bodies. That is every mother's dream. Anyone who's pregnant, by the way, congratulations if you're pregnant. And if you're a guy and maybe your woman is pregnant, congratulations to you too. Because I feel like both men and women need to learn about postpartum. This is not only a woman's conversation, because postpartum depression is going to affect both parties involved, both the man and the woman. They're both going to be affected. Not equally, of course, but it's as bad for the guy as well. And sometimes I feel like even men tend to experience that. I'll not call it postpartum depression, but I'll call it a postpartum shift, because your life should, as in your life will not remain the same. Anyway, so if you're a guy, don't say that this is not for you. Don't just say that it's not for you, because how you it's there are a teeny tiny signs that your woman is experiencing postpartum depression. She does not have to talk to you about it. She does not have to be diagnosed by a doctor, but there are some signs that you notice that this person is not okay. So let me speak. I'm going to like personalize it a little bit, just what I've experienced, what I've gone through. And I hope this is going to be helpful to someone, one or two people. But I also want to address people that if you're going to visit someone who has just had a baby, I am begging you in the name of God, please do not carry your baggage to that person. Let me explain it like this. Whatever it is you're going through in your personal life, if it's not like an uplifting thing, please do not feel the need to share it with someone that has just had a baby. This may sound controversial, but that is what I feel. That is what I think. Because trust me, this woman is going through a lot. And the last thing she needs is another additional dark cloud over her head. She does not need that. So do not give her that. Whatever it is you're going through in your personal life, if you have carried yourself to go visit someone who has just had a baby, please just be a ray of sunshine, because that is all she needs. And if she feels like she wants to talk, she wants to vent, she wants to, you know, she just wants to talk about things, just let her. Please allow her. If she wants to talk and mumble about her baby, or mumble about motherhood, or mumble about whatever it is she feels like she wants to talk about, just let her, because that is some sort of outlet. I saw one video where it was some sort of comic video. It was meant to be funny, but I kind of like felt, I'll try to find the video. If I hope I'll find the video. If I find the video, I'll be sure to add it here, to insert it here. But it was like this woman has gone to see her friend who has just had a baby, and this friend of hers is like, she's talking on and on and on about motherhood, about her baby and all. And this friend who has come to see her is getting tired and exhausted of that conversation, because she's trying to make everything about her. And I felt like it can be annoying if it's a different circumstance, but in this particular situation, just allow her. Please, just allow her. Something else, I beg. If you have gone to see someone that has just had a baby, help her out with house chores. For example, you found that she was not able to do the dishes, or maybe the house is not in order. It is going to go a very long way for you to just put down your bag, remove your heels, just help her put the house in order, clean the house for her, wash some clothes for her if you're able to. Just try to relieve her of some load. It's going to go a long way, because some of you, you plan to go and see a mom who has just given birth, and then you're probably 10 of you, and you sit there. This woman is in the kitchen cooking for you guys, and she will serve you, and then still you will sit there for her to go and do the dishes, and then you've brought her like one diaper or two wipes or whatever it is you've carried along with you, but you've left the house upside down. You're not helping this woman, you're not helping her. So that's just something that crossed my mind, and I felt like I need to mention it. So anyway, I'm going to try to personalize it. I'm going to speak of things that I have experienced. I'm not going to speak about things that I've not experienced. I'll try to speak about things that I've experienced. So I feel like I experienced postpartum depression to a certain degree, but it did not get too far. It did not get too overwhelming because I had a very strong support system. They may not have known it, but there are times where I used to feel this very dark and heavy cloud over my head, and I could not even control myself. I was just finding myself crying for no reason. Like if someone asks me, "So why are you crying?" I was just sad and anxious and irritable. I was in the pits, but I had a very strong support system. So after I delivered, I was not able to I was not able to have like normal delivery, so I had to go through cesarean section. So after I delivered, after went back home, I stayed with my mom for like close to 3 months. Let me say 2.5 months, I think. 2 months, 2 months, let me say 2 months. And she was an angel. She would, like, I literally, she would not allow me to do anything. Like, she was very helpful at all times. She used to try as much as she can to make life easy for me. My mom and my sister, my small sister, they were the ones who were at home at that time. So I never used to do anything. I was being catered to. Everything I need was everything. And I feel like that really helped me with my healing process, because once you have a cesarean section, you are told you should treat yourself like an egg. You're not supposed to do anything other than bath and take care of your child. That is what I was told in hospital. And my mom took this literally, and for like more than 2 months I was not doing anything other than eat, sleep, and take care of my child and shower. That is all I could do. Even simple tasks that I felt like I could do, she would not allow me to do it. And I will never be able to express how grateful I am for that woman. She was so helpful to me during that journey. And I feel like it also helped me to deal with my mental health. It also gave me some space to get myself back on track mentally, because I could feel postpartum depression creeping in. It's a feeling that you can feel it creeping in, because here are a few signs. You're just anxious, you're sad, you feelings of unworthiness, feeling of you're not enough, you're not doing the right thing. You're so critical of yourself, like you're judging yourself so harshly. You are sad for no reason, you're crying for no reason. You just as in, postpartum depression is the worst. And I will say that I did not experience it to a as in to a very intense degree, but it was as small as I feel like it was. It really took a toll on me. And I'm grateful that I had someone that I could talk to at any time. I remember there's a couple of nights I could knock on my mom's door and wake her up, and she could come to the room, sit with me, talk to me, pray for me. It was really sweet. And I remember this feeling, like anytime I would speak to her and I would let out all my emotions, and she would pray for me and talk to me, I would feel very at peace, and then I would be able to sleep. There is sometimes that I would struggle with insomnia. You know, after you leave as in, when you have a newborn, you are told that sleep when they sleep. But for me, that was not possible because whenever my baby was asleep, that is when the thoughts start coming to my head. They start torturing me. So I'm awake thinking and thinking and thinking and judging myself and all these negative feelings. And my baby is asleep, mind you. I'm supposed to also be asleep before he wakes up because I don't know how long he's going to take to stay awake before he falls back asleep again. It was crazy. Like lack of sleep. I was a mess. Let me just say I was a mess. But I'm so grateful that I had a very strong support system. And I I feel like you can never really understand postpartum until you're in that position. You can never really understand it. It's it is very possible and very normal. You can love your baby to death. You can love that baby more than anything in the world, but still ask yourself, was this really the right time? Should I have waited a little longer? Was this really a good choice? Was it a good thing for me to keep this pregnancy? These are normal things. Don't judge yourself too much if you find yourself in a position where you're asking yourself all these questions, because trust me, it happens and it is normal. Don't be too hard on yourself. So, the only thing that I can tell someone who has just had a baby, try as much as you can to not be too hard on yourself because it starts with you. It starts with you. Just pat yourself on the back. Surviving childbirth on its own, that one, that is, as in, it's a miracle on its own. It's a miracle. So just pat yourself on the back for surviving that bit, and then take it a day at a time, a day at a time. Trust me, you're going to get there, and it gets easier. Believe me, it gets easier. It may not feel or seem as if it does, but believe it gets easier. As in, the more they grow up, the easier it gets. The more you get used to it, the more you start to now you have, as in, like, you have a routine. So now it's easier. I hope that makes some sense. So if you are not, like, I would not I don't not everyone is, you know lucky enough to have a strong support system behind them after they leave the hospital. If you're in that position, maybe you don't have a strong support system, just try to be kind to yourself. Being kind to yourself is going to help you. It's going to hold you mentally, because I feel like the thing that was eating me up the most was my own thoughts. I was asking myself, I was judging myself, I was telling myself, Sasa, you think that you can be a good mom. I used to, like, judge myself. I used to think of the things that has happened in the past, maybe the things that I'm not proud of, the things that maybe I've done in the past, and I'm like, do you really think that you can be a good mom? And you look at your baby is very innocent. They look at you and they entirely depend on you. How they turn out completely depends on you. So you feel like you are not, you don't have the capacity to turn out for them the way you're supposed to or the way you're expected to. That is the devil lying to you. That is not true. Do not believe that. Try to fight that feeling by telling it that you became capable the minute you conceived. So do not allow that negative thought to to kill you like that. Do not allow it. Because me, I used to think, because my labor was hell. God, my labor story it was hell. It was hell. So I used to tell myself, there's no way I survived that for me to not be a good mom, for me to fail at parenting. That is what I used to tell myself, and it used to work. Anytime I would tell myself that, anytime I would think and remember of the things that I went through in that labor ward, anytime I would think of that, I would tell myself, no, I am up to the task because I survived that. So there's no way I would survive that to come and fail at this. I would not allow it. Because I remember me, I labored for like 27 hours, active labor, 27 freaking hours. But I still went through, like, after I was 8 centimeters dilated, I was sent to the theater for cesarean section. So I experienced both pains. So I remembered, I used to think of that and tell myself, there is no way I will go through all that just to come and fail at this. So trust yourself. You are equal to the task. Do not let any kind of evil voice tell you that you're not. You are equal to the task, and it's going to get easier. You and your baby are going to grow together. I don't know if that makes some sense, but I feel like when you have a child, when you have a newborn, both of you, you get accustomed to each other and you grow together, you make routines together, and then you get so bounded and attached to each other, and your routine gets easier as and it gets it's hard at first, but the more they grow up, you are so in love with that routine. The only thing you think about whenever you're away from your child is that baby. That is literally the only thing you'll ever be thinking about anytime you're not close to them. And it is such a beautiful and fulfilling and rewarding feeling. And if you are someone that you're not, as in you're not the person that has gotten a baby, but you are supposed to be the support system, please try as much as you can to not be too judgmental, because the mother is already judging herself enough. So do not be too judgmental towards them. So thank you for giving me your consideration. My bundle of joy is coming to find me right now, so I'll have to leave it from here. So see you on my next one. Bye.